But what happened in the grid computing? So in 1990s, the concept of grid computing was introduced. It means that different systems were placed to entirely different geographical location, and these all were connected via the internet. These system belongs to different organization, and thus the grid consisted of heterogeneous node. Although it solves some problem, but new problem emerges as distance between the nodes increases. The main problem with which were encouraged was the low availability of high bandwidth connectivity, and with this, other network associated issues were there. Thus, cloud computing is often referred to as a successor of grid computing. Now, in the grid computing, what it says that through the internet, you can connect to one or more computer together. That concept is called grid computing concept. And the more refined version of the grid computing is nothing but your today's cloud computing concept. So what happened into the grid computing? As was the problem with the distributed computing is all the independent systems should be there in one location, but here it is not required. Here these computing devices could be there in different geographical locations, and they could be connected with the internet. Some of them may be local area networks, some of them with different other networks, and they can able to talk to each other, right? That was the concept behind the grid computing, which is the evolve of the distributed computing. So distributed computing, the evolve of the distributed computing is mainframe, then we have the cluster computing, then we have the grid computing.